Welcome back to K-Drama Cycle, where stories of love, loyalty, and strength come to life beyond the screen. Today's story is one that touches every fan's heart, a journey of pride, patience, and quiet devotion. This is Salute to the Gentleman. Cha Eun Woo earns respect as Moon Jae-young stands proudly by him. When Cha Eun Woo first stepped into his military service, fans knew it would be more than just another chapter in his life. It would be a test of character, discipline, and heart. Known for his angelic visuals and warm personality, Eun Woo had always been the idol who never lost his humility, even at the height of fame. But once he traded his stage uniform for the military one, everything changed. He became not just an artist, but a soldier who carried his country's pride on his shoulders. Stories began circulating online about his remarkable discipline and his willingness to help fellow soldiers quietly. From standing in harsh weather during drills to offering encouragement to struggling recruits, Cha Eun Woo was earning respect not just as a star, but as a true gentleman in uniform. Fans who had followed his every move felt a new kind of admiration. This wasn't about glamour anymore. It was about growth. And among all those who watched him grow, one person stood out, Moon Jae-young. While Eun Woo was away serving, Moon Jae-young chose silence over publicity. She didn't post anything dramatic, didn't seek attention, and didn't exploit their rumored closeness for fame. Instead, she supported him in the most genuine way, by staying true to herself and quietly cheering him on. Friends close to both stars revealed that Jae-young had been sending small letters of encouragement, private care packages, and occasional messages through mutual contacts. Not for the public eye, not for fan service, but for him. She knew the pressures that came with being Cha Eun Woo, the expectations, the endless attention, the loneliness that can follow fame. And as time passed, fans began to notice subtle hints. Moon Jae-young appeared at events wearing a bracelet similar to one Eun Woo had worn before enlistment. In interviews, she would smile softly when asked about resilience or growth, and her answers always carried undertones of someone proud, someone inspired by another's strength. When Eun Woo appeared in photos released from training, his face sharper, posture firmer, eyes filled with determination, the internet went wild. Fans wrote messages like he looks stronger than ever, and Moon Jae-young must be so proud of him. It wasn't just admiration anymore, it was respect. As the months rolled by, Eun Woo's leadership qualities began to surface. He wasn't just following orders, he was setting an example. His peers described him as someone who carried himself with quiet dignity, always focused, always humble. When news broke that he had been chosen to represent his unit at an official event, fans flooded social media with pride. But what caught even more attention was what happened afterward, a simple post from Moon Jae-young. It wasn't a picture or a quote, but just a single line in her story, "Some people inspire you without even trying." That one line sent waves through the fandom. Everyone knew who she was talking about. It wasn't dramatic. It was sincere. It was real. And it spoke volumes. Back at the military camp, Eun Woo reportedly smiled when he heard about her quiet gesture. To him, that's what made their connection special, the understanding that didn't need to be loud. As months went by, their connection seemed to grow stronger through silence. Whenever fans spotted Moon Jae-young in public, her calm demeanor and confident aura reflected pride, not in herself, but in the Moon who had embraced a new chapter of life with courage and grace. The world saw a transformation, not just in Cha Eun Woo, but in both of them. She had become his emotional anchor, and he, her source of quiet inspiration. They were both walking their own paths, yet their journeys mirrored each other in the most beautiful way, disciplined, patient, and full of heart. When Eun Woo's discharge day finally arrived, fans gathered outside the base with banners, photos, and cheers. But among the crowd, people noticed a woman standing quietly with sunglasses and a mask, away from the cameras, simply waiting. Many speculated it was Moon Jae-young. Whether it was her or not, the idea alone moved fans to tears. Because even if she wasn't physically there, her presence had been felt throughout his entire service. After his release, Eun Woo's first public appearance was humble yet powerful. He thanked his fans, his unit, and his loved ones for their unwavering support. But when he mentioned those who believed in me silently, fans once again connected the dots, and hearts melted. He had grown not only as a soldier but as a Mun, the kind of Mun Moon Jae-young, his fans and his country could all be proud of. Their story, though unspoken, continues to inspire, showing that love doesn't always need to be shouted from rooftops. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the understanding glances, and the unbreakable trust that two people share, even miles apart. And as Cha Eun Woo prepares to return to acting and music, the Pride fans feel isn't just for his talent, it's for his transformation. For the way he carried himself with dignity, for the way he respected his duty, and for how he reminded everyone that true strength comes from humility. As for Moon Jae-young, her journey alongside him, though subtle, has been just as powerful. She remains his mirror, calm, steadfast, and proud. Together, even without confirmation, they've written a love story that transcends the ordinary, one that fans will remember long after uniforms are folded and cameras are turned off. Because in a world of noise, their silence became the loudest proof of love, loyalty, and mutual respect. The day Cha Eun Woo officially completed his military service was a moment every fan had marked on their calendar. From Seoul to overseas fan bases, messages of pride and love flooded social media. Photos of Eun Woo in uniform, smiling humbly, greeting his fellow soldiers, spread like wildfire. He wasn't just the heartthrob anymore. He was the Mun who represented strength, grace, and growth. But behind the cheers, there was something even more heartfelt waiting to unfold. As Eun Woo walked out of the military base, surrounded by flashing cameras and fans holding banners that read, "Welcome back, our pride," there was a moment, quiet, brief, yet powerful, when his eyes seemed to search the crowd. Not for fame, not for applause, but for something familiar, someone familiar. Fans later noticed how his smile softened suddenly, as if he had found what he was looking for. And just a few meters away from the crowd, standing in simplicity, cap, mask, oversized coat, was a figure who didn't need to be announced. Many believed it was Moon Jae-young. She didn't wave. She didn't call out his name. She just stood there quietly, her eyes filled with pride and emotion. And for that one moment, Eun Woo simply bowed, deeper, slower, with meaning only they could understand. That brief, silent exchange sent shivers through fans online. Photos from the scene went viral instantly. That look, it said everything, one fan tweeted. You could feel the love even through the distance, wrote another. Later that evening, when Eun Woo's discharge interview was released, he was asked what he missed the most during his service. He smiled, calm and composed, and replied, "I miss the people who gave me strength, even when they said nothing." That one sentence was enough to send the fandom into chaos. Moon Jae-young's name began trending across social media platforms again. And just hours later, she posted a simple message on her account, "Welcome back, proud of you." No mention of names, no pictures, just words that felt like a whisper, but to the fans who had followed them since True Beauty, it was a love letter in disguise. The industry insiders started buzzing. Close friends revealed that Moon Jae-young had kept in touch with Eun Woo's family throughout his service, quietly checking on his well-being and sending thoughtful gifts during holidays. She didn't need to show it, she lived it. When Eun Woo appeared on his first variety show after discharge, fans were eager to see if he'd mention her. During a segment where he was asked about people who supported him during tough times, he paused for a moment and smiled gently. He said, "Some people support you without asking for anything. They remind you who you are." The host teased him, saying, "That sounds like someone special." Eun Woo chuckled softly and said, "It is. Someone I'll always be thankful for." The internet exploded. Fans wrote comments like, "He means Moon Jae-young. He has to, and this kind of loyalty is rare in this industry." And while the rumors swirled, Jae-young kept doing what she always did, living quietly, gracefully, without adding fuel to the fire. She attended charity events, continued filming her new drama, and always carried herself with that same calm pride that people admired. But sharp-eyed fans noticed she was glowing. When Eun Woo finally made his first red carpet appearance post-service, he stunned everyone in a crisp black suit, more mature and confident than ever. But what caught everyone off guard wasn't just his look. It was the person who arrived just an hour later at the same venue for a different brand event, Moon Jae-young. 2 appearances. Same night. 2 stars. Same calm energy. Coincidence? Maybe. But fans believed it was destiny making its quiet return. And when photos surfaced of Eun Woo's car leaving the venue later that evening, and another car believed to be Cha Young's following right behind, fans' theories turned into full-blown joy. They're protecting what's real, one comment read. They don't need to announce it. Their hearts already have. In the days that followed, Eun Woo began preparing for his comeback project, a drama about loyalty, courage, and second chances, a story that seemed to mirror his real life. Industry sources said Moon Jae-young had visited the set quietly, not to draw attention, but simply to support. Reports said crew members noticed her calm presence, offering small snacks to staff, and leaving quietly once filming wrapped. No grand gestures, just genuine support, like always. That moment confirmed it for many fans. This wasn't just admiration anymore. It was love shaped by time, distance, and mutual respect. Fans began trending the hashtag proud of Eun Woo, pairing it with messages like, "He went as a boy, came back a man." Moon Jae-young saw the Moon he became, and never stopped believing in him. For the first time, people weren't just talking about their rumored romance. They were celebrating the example they set, that love doesn't always need headlines, sometimes it just needs heart. Eun Woo, in interviews, continued to stay humble. He said, "The people who believe in me, they give me peace. I just hope I can make them proud." And in one of her rare interviews, Moon Jae-young said softly, "True support is quiet. You don't need to shout it, you just have to be there." It was the quote that melted the internet once again. Fans called it the quietest love story that speaks the loudest. As Cha Eun Woo continues to rise as both a soldier and an artist, and as Moon Jae-young remains his constant inspiration, one thing is certain, their bond is no longer just a rumor. It's a legacy of respect, loyalty, and unwavering support that fans around the world will never forget. And through it all, one truth stands strong. Love doesn't always need to be loud to be real. Sometimes, it's in the quiet moments, the ones only two people understand, that love becomes eternal.